Hello my friends, this is the video that I made on NIO just 4 days ago, to be precise on November 19th of this year, when the price of this asset was, as you can see right here, at $4.67. And at this very point, my main assumption was that we have to retest this range of support that I drew by connecting these previous bottoms. And depending on the price action right after this retest, we might anticipate the trend continuation. And guys, I have to admit that my main assumption was that most likely we should break this range to the downside, but take a look right here. We were at this point and we retested as I predicted this range, but then we had a very good bounce to the upside, and for now guys, we have two candles with quite long wicks that from the technical standpoint might indicate that trend has changed. But at the same time, I have to admit that the fundamental news are not so supportive for this movement to the upside. That is why I have some doubts about its trend continuation. But everything I will show you in just several minutes. And for now, if you want to know more about technical analysis, if you want to enhance your trading skills, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to join my Patreon account. And guys, there is a Black Friday sale for now, and for $17.5 for the first month, you will be able to drastically enhance your trading skills. On top of that, for the first 100 subscribers, I will do a giveaway. I will do a technical analysis based on your request on any asset that you might find. On top of that, guys, for now there is not so many people inside the Discord group. That is why almost 100% of my time will be dedicated to you. And it is pretty much one-on-one training for the value with the Black Friday sale of $225 for the first month, but for the fraction of this cost, for just 50 cents a day. And I think it is quite fair deal.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
So guys, and let's take a look again at its price action. I have to admit that we have the results of their earnings report. Unfortunately, they missed earnings and they missed revenue by 11.35% and 2.37% respectively. But why, despite these quite negative results, this asset went up from the range of support by 11%. And let me show you why. So let's take a look at its fundamentals. First of all, I want to pay attention to the results itself, and on my previous video I told you that the most crucial point for this company will be their gross margin. And guys, take a look right here. NIO quarterly gross margin is higher in Q3 of this year compared to Q2. Let me quote you this. Its third quarter gross margin was 10.7%, the highest since the third quarter of 2022 and slightly higher than analysts' expectations of 10.6%. The figure was 8% in the third quarter of 2023 and 9.7% in the second quarter of 2024. And the increase in gross margin from the third quarter of 2023 was primarily attributable to a higher vehicle margin and higher sales of parts. And guys, take a look right here. NIO quarterly vehicle margin is also at quite high level, at 13.1% compared to 11% in the third quarter of 2023 and 12.2% in the second quarter of 2024. So they are increasing their gross margin and vehicle margin, and this is the crucial part to their profitability. That is why this news is quite positive news for investors, and that is why, despite the lower numbers, as you can see, NIO posted weaker than expected third quarter revenue, while gross margin improved and free cash flow turned positive. And free cash flow and gross margin are the most crucial parts for NIO at this very moment, and that is why, guys, NIO had a quite decent bounce to the upside. At the same time, if we take a look at the NIO consensus analyst price target, we have an update from Barclays that was made on November 22nd. And as you can see, I don't have an access behind the paywall, but we can Google the result. And here you can see that Barclays set the price target for $4. And I have to admit that it is slightly below the current range. We are about 17% higher than $4 mark. But at the same time, guys, in the long-term perspective, I don't see major fundamental news that potentially might drive NIO price higher. And let me show you, first of all, several other news. So, NIO denies after rumor of acquisition by BID Swirls. And just several days ago, in some social medias, it was news that potentially NIO might be acquired by BYD, the only Chinese manufacturer and basically the second one on the planet, electric vehicle manufacturer who is profitable. The first one is definitely Tesla, but these rumors is not a reality, and we have a lot of updates that says that these rumors has nothing with the real position of BYD and NIO. At the same time, guys, we have quite a good forecast from Deutsche Bank, and here you can see that Deutsche Bank expects NIO brand to sell 223,000 vehicles in 2025, and Onvo should sell 219,000 vehicles. Firefly, their third sub-brand that is targeting for the compact class vehicles, is aiming to sell about 8,000 vehicles. And guys, I have to admit that this is quite interesting update, because NIO themselves they also aim to sell about 450,000 vehicles for the full year of 2025. But why in the world Deutsche Bank is extremely bullish on NIO despite a lot of bearish signs? Let me show you why. This is the list of institutional investors, and first of all I want to pay attention to this chart. It is the number of shares, number of depository receipts. You know that Chinese companies cannot have their original shares on the foreign stock exchanges. That is why it is some kind of receipts that represents the real shares. But the number of shares that belongs to the institutional investors is the lowest ever for this company from the very beginning of its public days. And this is not the best sign. On top of that, guys, if you take a look at this list, it is the list of institutional investors, and if you try to search Deutsche Bank, you can see that right here, Deutsche Bank AG has about $3.8 million in value in NIO, and they reduced their position by 83%. They filed it on November 13. So they have skin in the game, and that is why they try, in my opinion, they try to use their reports in order to push the price of NIO a little bit higher. And guys, it is not a manipulation, but it is some kind of manipulation. It is in the gray area of the stock market, but at the same time there is nothing illegal, because Deutsche Bank is not an insider, and they don't have any insiders information. So guys, what should we expect next? Let's continue with the technical analysis, but before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, as I already mentioned, we don't have any fundamental news that might be important for the bull trend for NIO for upcoming couple of weeks and even months. But at the same time, from the technical standpoint, guys, we have a very good contender to hit let's say a little bit higher targets. First of all, we have pretty much double bottom pattern, and right after their earnings report, the crucial event that happened just several days ago. As you can see, the price tried to move lower, but instead of this, all of this volume was bought back by investors, and we have these two candles with quite a substantial volume. As you can see, this candle has a very substantial volume compared to other candles, and it is pretty much the highest candle for this month that has a positive momentum, and this is quite a decent sign of its potential trend continuation. And guys, definitely without the support of fundamental news, it is very risky to add to your long position, because I still think that this movement to the downside might have at least one more leg to the lower prices, and we potentially might retest not even this $4.28 range of support, but we might retest even its swing low, this range of $3.63. And that is why, guys, definitely from this point, from the technical standpoint, I see a potential trade. You have to accumulate your position all the way down, and stop loss should be slightly below this range of support. And I have to admit that if you add to your position with the lump sum, you will have quite substantial downside potential of 11%, and I don't see that it might go much higher than this range of resistance, this previous line of about $5.4. But at the same time, guys, if you dollar cost average in your position, and from this point we might have the average price much lower, we will have about 20% of upside potential with a tiny 5% of downside potential. And in this case, risk to reward ratio becomes 4-1, and it might be quite interesting if you risk enough. Because guys, again, I don't think that we have quite high chances, quite high probability rates to see the movement to the upside that will retest this range. So I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy.